Hey bro, in today's video I want to quickly discuss the idea of already knowing what we need to do. Okay, so you can watch videos like this one, you can watch other people's videos on, how to, get more done and how to maximize recovery and all this and that, and how to improve your physique and how to build more muscle and how to improve your diet, whatever you're trying to do. You can gain all this information, you can gain the knowledge, then you gain the knowledge, you're eventually you'll reach a point where it's then time to apply the knowledge and then to act on the information you've acquired rather than acquire more knowledge. Like, what use is all the dietary advice in the world if you don't use it? Like, you can understand every macronutrient, but if you're not getting the macronutrients, why would you bother, right? So, okay, without me even having the prompts in front of me, like I've got a habit tracker, I've got my journal as well, which I write like what I want to do in the day, right? Without all of this stuff, I still know what I need to do, and it helps me just to get it done, to have it in front of me so I can see it, and I like to be able to cross it off when I've done it. But even in spite of having this, obviously there's things on here that most people don't consciously think about, like grounding and like getting enough sunlight and stuff. Not everyone is focused on doing these things, so most people they don't know to do it instinctively or inherently. However, once you've got it laid out in your head, what your goals are and what you want to do and what the micro activities are that are going to take you towards what you want, you this stuff helps. It's if it works for you, then don't, if it doesn't, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But at the same time, like, I know when I wake up, okay, I need to get my cold exposure. I need to go outside and get sunlight and drink a lot of water. Well, not a lot, but do you know what I mean? Like half a pint of water. And I'd benefit from going for a walk. I'd benefit from having some cold exposure. I'd benefit from cleaning my room so that it's a nice space to work in. I'd benefit from either having more water or making my first coffee of the day, depending on how far I walked or anything like that. Because Andrew Huberman says to delay your coffee by like 90 minutes, right, or your caffeine, should I say? So I try and do that because he's a smart guy, and why would you know? You want to acquire the knowledge, you should then act on it. So I don't have a coffee first thing. I never do. I wait till I've been awake for about 90 minutes, sometimes longer, then I have a coffee. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, you can take all the advice you want and take all the courses you want, watch as many self-improvement videos as you're going to, but there'll be a point where you'll be thinking to yourself, well, I've been absorbing this sort of content for a few months, I've been, doing some of the right things, but I know I could do more. And then once you're getting to that sort of level, you think, okay, well, I could definitely do more, I'm capable of more, and I actually deserve to do more. You can then start asking yourself, okay, where can I take action? This is important. Where can we take action? You can look around your room, you can look around your mind, you can look around the things that you've been putting off or the things that you haven't been applying yourself to fully, and you can go, okay, well, I've been going to the gym, but my recovery is not that great. I've got my shoulder kind of aches whenever I bench, or I don't know, whatever sort of injuries you've acquired, right? And you can think, okay, well, I'll focus on my recovery now. I'll try and sleep longer. I'll try and eat better. So see where we can take the action and then improve in that area. Again, this is sort of individualistic, so it depends on the person, depends on you and what your goals are, and what activities you're already taking. But what I want to get to is knowledge, I think, is fairly useless without application and action. Okay, so obviously gaining the knowledge is great, and it's better to watch educational media and content. It's better to watch things that are gonna inform you than things that don't. But then, what is the point of being informed if you aren't willing to utilize whatever it is you've learned from whatever it is you're watching? It sounds like common sense, but a lot of us tend to, learn about a thing and then we won't use it for ages. Like, we won't actually do it. Like, when I learn about something that could improve my health, if I can, I'll implement it straight away. Obviously, there's certain things we can't. So, like a water filter, right? I really want a water filter. They are rather expensive, especially for ones that actually work. Like the reverse osmosis, like 4-stage, like, removes everything out of your water, right? That isn't something that we can implement straight away unless, of course, we have like the finances to do so. But when you learn about EMFs and having your phone in your pocket, and how that can affect like your fertility, and how it can also affect your testosterone. That's something that you can just take action on straight away. And if you've never even heard about this and you're thinking, what's this guy on about? There's a book that mentions this, The 4 Hour Body, but by Tim Ferriss. But if you want to look into it, there's research studies on this, like the frequencies that come out of your phone, like Bluetooth, 5G, and all that shit, just fry your testicles pretty much, increase rates of fertility, destroy your sperm counts, basically the whole function and the health of your sperm. It just obliterates it. Again, so like I've just taught you something about improving your fertility, right? If you're a man, I assume it probably fries your ovaries if you're a woman, but I'd go so far to say as it would have the same effect if you're a woman, even though you don't have testicles. So if you're a guy and you've just heard that, really, you should be thinking, okay, well, I'm never putting my phone back in my pocket because I want the ability to have kids. Even if you're not thinking about having kids right now, it would be nice to give yourself the option, would it not? So now that you've learned that, you should never have your phone in your pocket again. But then some of you guys watching this, you might not take the action on what I've just taught you, and you'll, wait years and years until eventually, you see it get brought up in the news, or, people are talking about it because it's a hot topic because everyone's fucking infertile. Honestly, I genuinely believe at the rate it's going, obviously you guys have seen the charts about testosterone doing this, sperm counts doing this. At the rate of that decline, 30, 40 years, most men, you're all fucked. Like, if you're not taking action deliberately right now, you're in a worse position. Like, you're just gonna get, what's it called when you just get like a landslide? You just get obliterated pretty much. It's bad. Like, the decline is kind of scary, but this video is more about taking appropriate action with the information that we get. So, for me, right, I know that fruit is good for me, raw milk is good for me, honey is good for me, coffee is good for me, and all the things I've just mentioned are good for sports performance. So I have it all before I go train. I go train with intensity. I do the exercises that I know my body, like pull-ups and shit, like stuff that's functional. Well, that's a chin-up, but you know what I'm saying. Come home, eggs, raw or cooked. Do you know what I mean? Like, you learn about things and you can think, okay, I've learned about it, where do I apply this knowledge? And that's the beauty of it. The more you learn and the more you can apply. It's like, have you guys ever heard the saying, men learn from their mistakes, but wise men learn from the mistakes of others? So, obviously that quote is pretty self-explanatory in itself, but just to expand on it, we learn from experience, but other people have experienced things too. And so we can learn from them as well. Okay, look. So, this book here, I love this book. I've just dropped one. I love this book, Psycho-Cybernetics, right? That Maxwell Maltz, he was a plastic surgeon for ages, and then looked into psychology and stuff. So he's learned loads of life lessons. He's seen loads of things firsthand, and taught me about it indirectly through a book he's written. So I've learned the lessons he's learned without having to live his life. That's incredibly valuable. And so I can apply the visualization tactics. I can apply the relaxation tactics. I can apply this idea of having a more dynamic and improved self-image to myself, and use the lessons I've learned from that to improve myself, to make myself feel better, to be more content, more fulfilled, and feel more successful in my situation. So I hope that's been useful. I'm not going to drag this video on any longer. I think I've gotten my point across and I've said what I wanted to say. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.